Do you want to know the best settings to enable for your Messages app? Stick around. So I turned on Focus for Messages, and Focus is a feature that I really do not use, but in the event that I do use it, I do want messages to be able to be received, and that way, if there is an emergency, I am notified right away. So if we go into Siri and search, I have everything enabled, and this is just for shortcuts, widget suggestions as well. And if I'm using the search feature, I'm able to search for text messages that I've sent or other types of content that has to do with the Messages app. Notifications, I have everything enabled for notifications, and I have all three notification alert types enabled, and that is because of the reason I mentioned in the focus section. So I have the banner style as temporary because it doesn't take me long to read the text message unless it's really long. Sounds, I like to turn off sounds on all of my notifications. Show and CarPlay, I don't really use this because I don't text and drive. This is an option you can enable. It really depends on you. For lock screen, I only show the previews when the phone is unlocked, and that is because if someone is sending me something sensitive and my screen is locked, I don't want someone else to be able to read whatever that sensitive information is. Notification grouping, I always have all of my notifications on automatic. And if we go to customize notification, I generally hate repeat alerts, so I disable repeat alerts. Allow notifications from unknown senders. I do use that because sometimes when we're getting 2FA codes, this is going to help with me knowing that I've received the code and I need to enter it. And receive as critical alerts, emergency contact alerts. I just have this enabled. Hopefully you will never use it, but this is enabled by default. iMessage, that's obvious. iMessage apps, I don't use iMessage apps, but I do have some enabled. I should turn off this one because I really don't see the point of it. Most likely not going to use iMessage apps. Disable all of them. Share name and photo. This is just for Apple device to Apple device text messaging. So if we just tap on that, we can see my profile, and this is what others will see when they text me. So we also have text message forwarding. This is going to depend on your level of depth in the Apple ecosystem. So I have text messaging forwarding for almost all of my devices, and it's really useful in the event that your phone is in one room but you are using your laptop, and if you want to receive text messages, you will be able to receive them on your laptop. Of course, it has to be all Apple products. Send us SMS, so in the event that iMessage is down, which tends to happen, that if I need to send a message to someone who has an iPhone, I can have the option to send it as an SMS. So that is enabled by default, so I suggest that you keep it enabled. I turned off send read receipts because those tend to get a little weird when someone knows you've read their message but you don't immediately respond, and that is the reason why I have turned that off, and I suggest you turn it off as well. Show subject field, I turned that off because it doesn't matter, because I never used this field in the 10 or so years that I've had an iPhone, maybe even 15 at this point. I've never used the subject field nor the character count. Message history is important. I have it as 30 days, but depending on you can change it to 1 year or forever. If you're trying to save space, then 30 days is good. You have the option to change it to 1 year or forever. I think forever might work in some instances. If you're trying to save space, keep it at 30, but if you want the happy medium, keep it at 1 year. Notify me, that's enabled, and this is just for group conversations. I have this enabled, but I don't have group conversations, so it's up to you. You can have this enabled or disabled, doesn't matter. Check-in, that's a feature that I don't use. If I do use the check-in feature, I don't want all of the information to be given, so I just have it as limited. Filter unknown senders. This is a useful feature if you're getting a lot of spam and you want to separate the spam from the actual messages you care about. But in general, I don't receive spam, so I just have this as off. Audio messages. These are all of the default settings. No one sends me audio messages. Everyone tends to send me text messages, so you can have this as the default after 2 minutes and the raise to listen. Low quality image mode, I turn that off just because I like my images to be in the highest quality possible. And that is it for the messages settings to change. This is going to be part of a series where I go through each one of the standard Apple apps, and I will tell you which features to enable and disable, and hopefully you've learned something new. Please like, comment, and consider subscribing. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Take care.